And now, Nathaniel English in The King of Video Games. Written by Michelle Person. Illustrated by Kaustu Brahmachari. 5 more minutes, said Mom as she stuck her head in Nathaniel's bedroom. It's almost 8:30. Time for bed. Aw, Mom, can I have 10 more minutes, please? Pleaded Nathaniel as he placed his hand over the headset he was using to talk with his friends, as they played online at the same time. I'm playing with Jason and Hector's winning. I only need another 100 coins to beat him, but I need more time. Nathaniel's mom smiled at the seriousness in his voice. Oh, I see. You're trying to be the Mansa Musa of video games. The who? Said Nathaniel, looking confused. I just want to win. 10 more minutes, said Mom, and then the game goes off. A little later, Mom came back in to see Nathaniel already taking off his headset and putting away his controller. Thank you so much for getting off without having to be reminded, said Mom. No problem. I won, so Jason didn't want to play anymore anyway, said Nathaniel, smiling. Way to go, Mansa Musa, said Mom. That's the second time you've called me that. Who is Mansa Musa? You've never heard the story of Mansa Musa? Asked Mom. He was only the richest man ever to live. I thought the richest man to ever live was Bill Gates, said Nathaniel. Bill Gates is rich, but not as rich as Mansa Musa, said Mom as she walked over to Nathaniel's bookshelf. I think we have a story about him somewhere, she said as she moved her fingers across the titles of Nathaniel's personal library. Here it is, said Mom. Your grandmother sent it to you for your birthday last year. Clearly you haven't read it. Can we read it now? Asked Nathaniel. Sure, said Mom. Nathaniel loved reading stories with his mom. It was his favorite time of day. Nathaniel and his mom climbed into his bed and opened the book. Mansa Musa was the emperor of the Mali Empire from 1312 to 1337, read Mom. Where is Mali? Asked Nathaniel. Mali is in West Africa, replied Mom. It is the 8th largest country on the continent. A wise and kind ruler, Mansa Musa, was beloved by his people. Under his rule, the borders of his empire expanded tremendously, stretching over 2,000 miles. That is the distance from Ohio to California. Education was extremely important to Mansa Musa. He believed everyone should have an opportunity to learn, and during his time as king, he built schools, mosques, and a university. The most famous is in Timbuktu and still exists today. Whoa! Exclaimed Nathaniel. That means it's over 700 years old. That's right, said Mom. In 1324, Mansa Musa went on a pilgrimage, or religious journey, to Mecca, a city over 3,000 miles away. Not wanting to travel alone, Mansa Musa took thousands of soldiers, villagers, horses, camels, and tons of gold. Being the kind and compassionate ruler that he was, he gave away oodles and oodles of gold to the poor. He gave away so much gold that for a time, gold lost some of its value. His journey took over a year, and by the time he returned home, people near and far knew who Mansa Musa was and about his massive wealth. Based on what we know about his fortune, history experts estimate that Mansa Musa was worth almost 400 billion. Bill Gates is only worth $84 billion. Cool, said Nathaniel. You are right, Mom. Mansa Musa had way more money than Bill Gates. Mom smiled and continued reading. Mansa Musa's journey made him very popular. Stories of his kindness and gold nuggets spread like wildfire. Map makers from all over the world made sure to include him, his gold, and his empire on their maps, which back then was like having a video go viral. Mansa Musa remained in power for 25 years. He was a remarkable leader and is remembered to this day as the richest man who ever lived. Wow, said Nathaniel with a yawn. I want to be like him when I grow up, Nathaniel said, his eyes heavy with sleep. You can be anything you want to be, Nathaniel. Greatness is in your DNA, she said with a hug. Good night, my little king, said Mom softly as she kissed him on the forehead and eased off the bed. Nathaniel didn't respond because he was already asleep, dreaming about the day when we would be as rich and powerful as King Mansa Musa.